It appears that from your explanation, the president has had a change of mind, because on the 1st of January, he does not believe in restructuring.
No,
he did even say that.
No.
I mean, it is.
No, it was a misinterpretation of his views. Look, I have worked with the president for 7 years. I can say that I'm one of the few that know how he thinks and his views on key national issues. And I know, even while we were in opposition, I know his position about things like state police, like vesting oil and minerals in the states. Those sensitive issues, I know his views, okay? So that one sentence in his speech of 1st January gave the impression that he was against restructuring. He was not. The point the president was making was, what the biggest problem with Nigeria is not the constitution itself, but the actors and non-compliance with processes. And I agree with him. I think even if we have the most perfect constitution, if the actors are unwilling to play by the rules, it will not work. This was his point, but it was misunderstood to me he was against restructuring. The excitement that I saw in the eyes of the president when we briefed him on the work of the committee, when we considered the draft report, was palpable. It is very, very clear to me that this is something he intends to take and run with it. It is something that he will want to leave as his legacy, and I'm confident that that will be the outcome, with the cooperation and support of the National Assembly, of course.
It's interesting, Governor El-Rufai, that you've given us this information, because, the thing is that it's not just a major thing that your party promised.
Yeah.
In fact, it's the first thing on your manifesto that you will restructure this country.
Yeah.
Now, looking at it, is the president also aware of the implication of devolution of power as recommended in that document?
Of course he's aware.
That the center will not have as much power that it has right now.
He is aware.
Because the president of Nigeria across the world appears to be one of the most powerful.
Yes.
So he's aware that he will share some more power.
President Buhari is not concerned about his personal power. He is concerned about Nigeria making progress. If giving up power will make Nigeria progress, he will give it all of it, not just part of it, but all of it, so that Nigeria makes progress.
And these are his views.
These are his views. This is the real Buhari that many people don't know. I can say it without any doubt or any contradiction, because I have worked closely with the man now for 8 years.
I mean, the understanding of the president that you are explaining now, especially when it comes to also the issue of resource control. I mean, that's another major in your recommendation. It seems to be a very naughty one, what your recommendations brought to the table. And in fact, issues of merger of state, that's a very big one.
Yeah, let me give you my personal opinion. The issue of merger of states was not a big issue as far as the consultative hearings were concerned. But we decided that, look, some people have been agitating for merger of states. Let's draft constitutional amendments to enable it. I don't think any merger of states will happen, because the reason why some of these states were created was precisely because the original states could not live together. I can give the example of Kaduna State, old Kaduna State. We had the old Katsina province and the old Zaria province. And the competition between Katsina, Zaria province, all of whom are almost the same people, same language, virtually the same religion, was what led to the splitting of the state. Now, I do not see how Katsina and Kaduna states will merge. The same with Akwa Ibom and Cross River. But if people say they want something, let us in our constitution provide the framework so that they try it. I don't think it will happen, but the president is very benign about such issues. Resource control, what are we talking about? We are saying that under the Land Use Act, state governments now control land. All we are saying is, since they control the land, let us vest the minerals under the land on the states, while everything offshore in the continental shelf and the extended economic zone vests in the federation, which is the practice under international law.
Standard ones.
Okay, so let's go back to that. Let's give the states, let Delta State, River State go and do joint ventures. The federal government should not do it, only in respect of offshore oil.
That's going to be a very big one.
It is.
It's going to be interesting to see how. Do you think this implementation might happen before 2019?
I hope and pray that it does happen, because we worked very hard. We were given 3 months to do this job. We ended up taking 5 months because we wanted to do thorough research, very rigorous analysis, and we have come up with something that we think will make Nigerian Federation work better. We have made proposals to rebalance the Federation, and I hope that the National Assembly will do the needful to ensure that it happens. But having said that, I have done my job along with my colleagues. There are 27 of us, and they were all dedicated patriots. We have debated this, we've agreed this, we've made recommendations to the party. All I can say is we've done our bit, but the rest will now be in the court of the National Assembly and the state houses of assembly.
Is the party going to have a special meeting with the leadership of the National Assembly and your committee on this matter?
The national chairman has indicated to me that he intends to convene a national caucus of the party and National Executive Committee of the party, which has representation of the National Assembly and so, to discuss these proposals before formally putting them forward. So I guess the consultation will start very soon if it has not started.
Are you afraid your party may lose out in 2019 at the center?
I do not have any doubt in my mind that we are going to win the next elections, not only in the center, but we are going to preserve our 24 states and even more.
What gives you this confidence?
We are polling. We are not doing this blindly. We are scientifically polling Nigeria. We know the pulse of the nation. We know where we are losing support. We know where we are gaining support. I have no doubt in my mind that we are going to win the 2019 elections.
You do understand the pulse of Nigerians right now, isn't it? About what they are talking about, especially the programs of your party and its performance.
Yeah, you know, there are two pulses of Nigerians. There is the pulse of the Nigerian elite, which is the noise that you hear in the media, the social media, and so on. Then there is the pulse of the people. If you remember how many people came out to welcome President Buhari in Kano, you know that there are two Nigerias. There is the Nigeria of the ordinary people, then there is the Nigeria of the elite.
Okay, let me quickly take you up. Have you read the former President Obasanjo's statement?
I have not. It is too long. I'm very busy. I have not, but I get the gist of it.
Are you still a Buharist?
I am and will ever be, till death do us part.
Do you think that the statement by the former president has dented the Buhariism and the 2019 agenda?
I don't think so. You know, President Obasanjo is Nigerian, he's a patriot, he is a former president. He's entitled to his opinion, just like every other Nigerian. There is no problem with that. And, you know, the government has responded to his epistle. The Minister of Information has issued a response. The party has issued a response, and I think that closes the matter. We are moving on. We are planning to deliver on our promises, and when the time comes, we'll be ready for the 2019 elections with whoever and whatever party that exists there. There are 73 parties in Nigeria. We are going to face them, and I'm confident, as I said. And we are not saying this foolishly. This is scientific. We are polling. We are monitoring the pulse of Nigerians, not the pulse of a section of Nigerians. And I'm confident that we're going to win the 2019 election.
Quickly, as we close this conversation now, do you think the president should run in 2019?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I am one of those from the beginning that have recruited, advocated, and tried to gather a group of governors, legislators, and supporters to support President Buhari for 2019, because I believe that it's in the overall interest of our party and the stability of Nigeria. That is all. It's not because I stand to gain or lose anything. But it is because in everything I've done since I got into public service, for me, the interest of Nigeria comes first. God has given me everything through the instrumentality of this country. I don't need anything as a person, but what I need is to see a country that is making progress, that is stable, and leave a legacy for our children to build on it. I don't want instability, I don't want chaos, I don't want division. And I believe that President Buhari is the one that will advance the interest of Nigeria and the stability of the country.
Thank you so much, Governor Nasir El-Rufai, for your time.
Thank you very much, Sean. Thank you. Thank you.